Hi there, everyone. Welcome to my studio and welcome for a Facebook Live. It's a lunch break with Ronda. It's Wednesday afternoon. It's the time that I like to come here for just some crafty fun. I think, a really fun card that we're going to make today. I just learned it last night. And I should show you my directions. I just have like a little picture that I drew. Last night was, I got to participate in an online event with Stampin' Up! Called On Tour. And I got to, obviously learn about all the new products that are coming out. Not all, but because there's lots of new products coming out. And we got to learn about Stampin' Up! In general, that our company is doing so well. It continues to grow and flourish even during the pandemic and in COVID. Crafting has taken on almost a whole new meaning during the pandemic. People need to craft for more than just to make something, but first our own mental sanity. A lot of people are crafting and making things. When you're home and can't go anywhere, we try to think of, fun things that we can do, but then also that we can use our cards to brighten anyone's day. Have any of you done a lot more crafting during the pandemic? I did articles that there are certain industries that, flourished during the last year. And there are certain industries that obviously were so horribly affected, the restaurant industry and the travel industry and so many things, so many companies are not even opening their doors back up again. But one of the industries that did very well, actually they said it showed a 26% increase, was the crafting industry. And because everybody was home, and it's something that we can do with our hands and our hearts. So I know I was very busy. My personal business has almost doubled throughout the pandemic because obviously I still offer lots and lots of ways to craft from online too. Pretty much the last year, 100% of my business has been doing online classes because of the pandemic. And I know more than ever, everybody needed, a lot of people, all of you needed, still to be able to craft, but to be able to do that from home. So I'm so grateful that through this past year that has been so difficult, that you've been walking right beside me, you're doing this together and continuing. I know we're not out of this yet. I think there's still a lot of people that are, and who knows, right now where I live in Michigan, and I'm sure if any of you have heard anything about Michigan, we are the worst country, the worst state in the entire country of our COVID numbers. So we definitely are not back to normal here by any means. So anyway, today I have that was, of course, who knows, I just went off on a tangent. But I have a really cute project that I learned last night. I've never made it before, so you're gonna have to bear with me if I mess up. But it's paper crafting. We mess up all the time. That's sometimes our most beautiful projects come out of the times when we mess something up. So I am using the stamp set. It is called Strong and Beautiful. May is a month when I always think about women, the strength of women. Obviously, Mother's Day is in there, but not everybody has a mother and not everybody is a mother. So I do think it's about celebrating women in general. I love it. May is also my favorite month because it's also my birthday month too. So it's Mother's Day, it's my birthday month, it's Memorial Day, and it's kind of like the start of spring. So I love May, it's my favorite. But this stamp set, Strong and Beautiful, is one that I featured in our Creating for Christ class for April. So that way we're gonna be making a sampler that focuses on mothers, Jesus' mother, Mary. And then along with that, we are making these 3 beautiful cards. I might show you when I turn it down so there's not a glare. But we're gonna be making these. You get the paper, everything is cut for you. And then here's this, okay, I'm gonna turn you down so you can see a little bit better, all right? And then I'll make the project we have today too, since you'll be down anyhow. All right, so these are the Strong and Beautiful stamp set is what I featured. But this one is retiring. I believe we only have a few days left before I can guarantee it, and then it might sell out. I know my good friend Christy Davey, who lives in Australia, she does the kits with us as well. Australia, it already sold out. So it's a great set to have on hand to celebrate all the women in our lives for many different occasions. It is Mother's Day. And I love this one. God made you my mother, love made you my friend. To the woman who does it all with grace and wisdom. Here's one for a friend. I cherish you, my true friend. I know I can always count on you. You are like a diamond, resilient, strong, and beautiful. You are loved completely. There's words for the inside too. This is what I'm going to use today. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. I have a lot of women in my life. I have daughter-in-laws that I am so proud of. I know are unstoppable. I have friends. I have downline members, and I have sisters. Even my mother, like she struggles so much, but man, you can't put that woman down. So there's so many women that I'm proud of because they don't give up and they continue to move forward, and they are unstoppable. So I love this set. It is retiring, so I'm a little sad about that. It's a red rubber one. So if you've not ordered it yet and you don't have it, this is one that I'm going to keep. I'm not going to get rid of because there's nothing that we have from past catalogs or that I know of in the future that will have sayings like this in there. It's number 148732. So you want to make sure you put that on your next Stampin' Up! Order. And it's $25. So that's the one we're going to use. Here's a card that I made with. This is for our Creating for Christ. Guys, these I do Creating for Christ class every month, and I do it for free. We do a free tutorial. We do all the design work for you. We post the directions, the measurements. This one, they usually always have like print work or scripture work, and I print those too. There is a 12 by 12 sampler that you're going to be making as well, but these are the cards I wanted to show. It says, to the woman who does it with grace and wisdom, then it with rare great granite. This one I love. This is the one that was a Happy Mother's Day. God made you my mother, love made you my friend, and it opens up like that for the inside. And then this last one, I love how we can really showcase our designer series paper. And this butterfly punch is retiring. The stitch shapes, and then inside is like that. There you go. So there are just 3 other little samples, but today, so those are really soft. This is the petal pink and the gray granite, and I used the just the prized peony paper, and this is all going to be retired, except for the little elegant gems they're carrying over. But the card that I'm going to make today is going to be using our black and white bold paper. So if you watched me last week, we made a really awesome like graduation little gift, and we had a little dangly thing that happened here like that, and then you opened it up, right? So this is what we made last week. If you want to go back, you can always watch past videos. And I used the same paper because I want to make sure that you guys get this. And don't just get one pack. You need to get lots of packs of the True Love paper. This is going to retire in about a month and a half. But then we use the ridiculously awesome stamp set, right? And then it's a little holder to put like money or a gift card holder. That was last week. You can go back and watch that video if you want to. But this week, I'm going to be using the same colors. We're going to be using black and white. And this pack of paper has all black and white, so you can mix any color with it. We're going to be mixing purples. So I've got our Highland Heather here. I'm also going to be using this other ribbon that's retiring. I believe it's still available. I always say believe because I could check this morning and it could be gone by this afternoon. So when you see something you want right now, this is the time that you've got to get it because it does sell out very quickly once things retire. So this is like an ombre type ribbon, and it has all of our shades of purple. So we're going to be using that one. And then we just have lots of our black and white. So we're going to start off with a piece of cardstock, basic black, that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's just a quarter sheet. And then I'm going to, I went ahead and did some of this cutting ahead of time, so it wouldn't be here too long for you. And cut this 4 by 5 1/4. And we're just going to go ahead and glue this right down. You could have the flowers on the outside if you prefer a more floral look. I'm going to stick with the stripes, so it's pretty universal. And put that down there on the back. So this is what we're at so far. The next thing that this amazing woman did, her name was Lou, she just took a little strip of paper, a cardstock. It's basic black, and it's 1 by 11. And then down at the bottom here, I'm going to put a strip of our Stampin' Seal Plus, just right down there. And then this is going to get, I'm sure she probably measured and centered this. I'm just going to stick it down here so it looks like it's kind of in the middle there. So So that's at the bottom. And I did choose basic black, and she probably did too, because then it really hides the fact that there's another little seam down there. And then we're going to take one side of this and fold it over like that. And then we're going to take the other one and fold that over like that, down there at the bottom. So you guys know I love to show quick and simple, easy projects. If this is your first time here, give me a shout out. Let me know it's your first time. And because I love to know that, like, this is why you come to visit me. I love that you visit me, is that we like to learn quick and simple projects that we really use. So I did want to make this card for a woman that I believe I couldn't be more proud of. She's unstoppable, and I'm so proud. And so I want to make a card for her with this before it retires. So but this is so fun. It's such an easy, simple card, but it's really fun. So then on the next piece I did our stitched So Sweetly dies, and I need 3 of them. So this is the biggest one, and I ran it through with basic black. And then this is the next size smaller. I ran it through with our basic white. And then the next one I need is the one even smaller. So this is what's so cool about these dies. Stitch So Sweetly is, look, I mean, it layers perfectly. So, and then there's even like 2 more, I think. So I need this one. I want to do my stamping first before I ran it through, so I did not do it yet, because we are going to, let me take my little clear block. It says, you have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to stamp that here on this piece of basic white. And then we're going to take already our cutie patootie, really awesome, so cool. Who has this? Shout out to who has the mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, because it is portable. I just leave it right on my desk. It doesn't have to get packed away. But if you do have to pack away, then it's easy to pack away because it's really compact and little. I bought this for my daughter-in-law, Michaela, for Christmas, because she has a very small crafting space. So for her, she needs it so that she can, put it away. All right, so I'm gonna take the right line up here. I need to take that piece of white that I stamped and put it on our little, can you see how it just fits so perfectly? And in the new book, there's lots of things that will tell you that most of the dies are more than able to be used in this. There's a few, like if it's a big box or something, they won't fit, but these will fit most of all of our labels and shapes and other things too. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank that through. I know it might shake the camera, so just bear with me. But I like to use this, I don't use the big one because it takes up too much space, but the little one is so cute. Now look, now it's perfectly in the right, because I'm able to stamp first and then run it through. All right, so here we go. Just snap it back up, and then we're done, and I can put it away. And I keep this right on my desk. Oh my gosh, sorry. If you were here in front of me, it's like I just kind of slapped you in the face on accident there. I was so excited with my little machine, I just whipped it across there. Oh, you guys went on a little ride. All right, so there we go. So I have 3 of them. I have the big one, and then I have the medium, and then the next one, right? On this really big one, we are going to take just another piece of the True Love paper, and it was 2.5 by 3 5/8, and I'm going to glue that down to here. So that's what we're gonna take, and actually this piece, I'll do that in a minute. Let's go back to this and start to assemble. So this piece is going to go, I'm gonna glue it, put glue down here, and I'm gonna glue it so it's right here. All right, let's see. I want it to be kind of in the middle. So you're just gonna position that, so this flap is going to cover that right there. Then the next thing I want to do is I want this to be kind of put right there in the middle too. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue here to the top of this flap. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm layering this so it's kind of in the middle, and then this is gonna get glued to that flap. So this flap goes here. Oh, look, I ran that through on a piece of paper that I had writing on the back. That's goofy. I'll fix it. Should I fix it right now when I'm on here with you? That's so funny that I did that. I can. I can, because I want this card to be done. Here, let's pull that off really quick. I'm gonna run that through again, just bear with me. That was a thing I had for measurements, obviously, very, very quickly. This time I'm not gonna bang you around. Just gonna run this through a piece of scrap paper. Whoa, this is the beauty of doing things live, is you never know what's gonna happen sometimes. And you just get to join along for the ride. All right, so let's run this through. Oh, it just keeps moving on me. All right. Now we need this. And crank that through. This time I'm not gonna hit you as I put it away either. All right. See, sometimes we have to take a take two. Now I have a piece that is not written on the back. That's funny, when someone opens it, it would be all written all over the back. And put that away. So simple and easy. All right, so now we have this one. I'm gonna stamp it again. This time I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna try to line it up after I ran it through, so I hope I don't mess this up. But it's a clear stamp, it's really easy. There we go. Back to where we left off, to here. And this one, okay, so you put this over here, this gets, go back to here and put this down, and then this is going to get glued down to there. Can you guys start to see what I'm doing? So it's going to be like a flip-flop, flip-flop, fold, I don't even know what you call it. And it's just going to be this way and this way. So on the inside here is going to be another one of these Stitch So Sweetly dies, and that's going to just get positioned right here, right in the middle. But you won't see that, right, until you flip-flop it, because it goes like that. All right, so I'm not done yet. We also have, one of the things that I brought here that I want to do is I took some strips of this, the True Love paper. You're gonna want to cut these into, look at my trimmer here. 1.5 inch is what I would probably recommend. Yep, let's do 1.5. And then I'm going to position, I want to cover up the back of this. This is what she did as well. So I'm just going to position this, I want it to stick out this way. Let's put our glue here, because I want to cover all of that, and also so there's not any glue sticking out. So you're just going to put that down there like that. So that's going to cover that back, and also just make it pretty. And then I'm going to just take my scissors and trim off this part right here, so it doesn't stick out. But look, and it's gonna be pretty because it's gonna have an extra layer of that paper, right? So now I'm gonna do the same thing with another strip, because that one wasn't quite long enough. So we'll do another 1.5. And I cut these already, I don't know where they're at, so I'm just gonna cut them again. So it's 1.5. There you go. Make sure you can see my table here. And then same thing. I'm going to just put the glue right down here. And then this piece, I just want to, it's gonna go down here. And then you can trim it off a couple different places. I'm gonna trim it off so it's right there at that 4 1/4 mark. It's gonna go a little bit over. So you can do it with your scissors, which I'm going to, or you can trim that off. So there you go. So here's that, and then this folds over. But see, doesn't that add such a really cool dimension to it? And so it looks good, but the purpose of it also is it hides any stickiness too when you open it up. All right, so we're almost done. Now we just have to basically decorate this, right? So a couple different things you can do. I brought this purple ribbon because we're gonna pull purple out here. And I'm just gonna tie a bow on here. A big, beautiful bow, because this is for a beautiful person. I'm just gonna tie a bow on this with a purple. Just like that. This ribbon is retiring, so if you love purples, who loves purple? I had a customer once, her name was Purple. I don't think she was born with the name Purple, but that's what she registered everything with, was her name was Purple. She would come to my events and she had purple hair. Everything she wore was always purple. She was always smiling. I loved it. And then one day at one of my events, I was like, are your underwear purple? And she literally pulled down her pants and showed me, and her underwear were purple. Unbelievable. So it was the best. It was one of the best moments at one of my events. I was kind of just teasing, but man, I guess I found out sometimes you can't tease about stuff like that. So that will be on the outside is this beautiful bow. On the inside, I'm going to take our perennial flower punch. It is retiring, and it's on sale for like literally $7.20. So if you don't own this either, and it's like on sale for 60% off, crazy. So you're gonna wanna buy this. I have used this a million times, and I'm not exaggerating. Am I Nancy? We've punched out probably 1 million of these flowers over the course of how long that we had it. You can layer 2 of them. You can layer 3 of them. If you have children, they look like those little spinny things that my kids were obsessed with there for a while. But they have a lot of use. If you do punch art as well, you can trim them off, and they make leaves. They make flowers, but it's really versatile. I'm just gonna take those and layer them together. I always kind of curl them. You can curl one direction and the opposite direction is what I did. And then I'm gonna take another dimensional, and this is just gonna go on the inside right here. So there's a little flower. On the middle of this, I'm going to then take another really awesome embellishment. This one is in the mini catalog. It's our pastel pearls. These are not going anywhere. These are staying around for another whole year. So I'm so excited, the company, because they have all these shades of, well, it's probably good to see against the white. You have 2 shades of purple on there. So the darker Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, or the new Fresh Freesia. And then it has this blue that matches tons of blues and greens, and then obviously it has pink. So those pastel pearls are gonna be very, very useful for, again, we get to use them for the next year. So excited. I'm going to take 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Put these in the middle. So this is the perennial flower punch. This is, Nancy labels all of them for me. It was $18, and you get to get it for $7.20. So that's a great one to get right now while it's on sale too. All right. Okay, I think my card is done. It is, again, for a very special person. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. And then because this flower is so beautiful and it gives it this dimension, this will probably, if you mail this, you're gonna have to put the extra 21-cent stamp on it, so they hand cancel it. And then there's the inside where you'd write your message. You could also, if you wanted to, stamp, see, you have truly been a shining example to me. Keep reaching for your dreams. I will keep cheering you on. I love that one. So on the inside, you could stamp, thank you for always being there for me. You could actually stamp kind of any of these on the inside too. So you could stamp one of those on the inside. But here's a really neat called the flip-flop card. Actually, I don't know what it's called. That's what Rhonda just called it. Super easy to make and fun. When you open it up, it's fun, and it's decorated on all the sides. So let me know what you think. Thank you guys for being here. Definitely make sure that you are signed up for my new email list, because everything that I do, I always email it out first. I don't have a blog. I don't do blogging. I do have a website. Obviously, you can come to my website, rondawade.com. And on there are lots of different things that I offer. My card club, different training opportunities for building it. But this is my YouTube channel's on there, all of that. Thank you guys. I love your hearts. Obviously, when you share this video, I love it when you do that too. That shows me that you sharing your love of crafting with others. But there is a very fun, and you could also have done the flower on the outside if you wanted to have that really pop first. So it kind of, though, has a fun little flip-flop. All right. Let me know what you think, and I will obviously read all of your comments. I'm one of those people who don't read comments as I go, just because if I did, I would get so distracted. I'm very easily sidetracked. So, but I do go back through and read all of your comments over the course of the next couple days. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget Friday though, come to my YouTube channel, because on Friday I do a 5-minute Friday. So a real quick project where I don't talk as much probably, and we get right to the point. So make sure you're checking out the, let's see. See, I get distracted so easily. I love reading your comments though, so please make sure you give them to me. All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.